Ring 4, November 22nd. Watch only on DAZN.
Frank Warren, the founder of Queensberry, representing Anthony here today. You've been with him for a long time. He's been in some fantastic battles, but just hasn't been able to quite get the brass ring. Why do you think he does it here in Riyadh?
First of all, again, what a fantastic card this is. When you look at this main event and the next three world title fights, they feature all undefeated fighters fighting. So Anthony's been with us from day one with Tundi and him. He'd had 12 amateur fights. When you look at where he's come from, just having 12 amateur fights to where he is today, had 2 world title fights, and give a really good account of himself. And I thought he was definitely going to win one of them. And he's learnt on the way. This is big moment in his career. He's in with David, who we respect. He's 30-0, but he's in with a fighter who I promise you will give him the toughest fight he's ever had. Anthony believes in himself as we believe in him, and I genuinely feel it could be an upset on Saturday night.
All right, let's speak to the trainer now for Anthony Yarde. Tundi, Bill Haney's had some nice things to say about you. You're in charge of making the game plan. No one's been able to topple the Mexican monster. What's the strategy to get the job done?
First and foremost, by whatever name you call him, let me just say God is the greatest. It's been a long journey. Myself and Anthony literally walking into the gym, the Peacock gym in East London, starry-eyed, wanted to be something special in the sport. And I have to say, I'd be remiss if I didn't give credit to the man sitting to my right, Mr. Frank Warren, because when I first came into this sport, I said to him, I got it. And he said, let me tell you something, Ton, dreams come true. And I never forget those words. That's what's pushed me as a trainer, as a manager, as a mentor, as someone who's helped guide Anthony all the way. And then I have to say the words to Bill. Me and Bill was in the Sprinter. We met in London, 2012. I trained Devon in the gym every day. Went back to Las Vegas, Hit Factory. Me, Bill, I remember we was driving over to 50 Cent's gym and we looked at each other and we was like, how did these guys do it? It's like, we're gonna get there. And so for us to all be up here, myself, Anthony, Devon, Bill, in the biggest night in boxing, probably the best card Turki Al-Sheikh and Sella and Riyadh have ever put on, is truly amazing. And that's why I say God is the greatest, Allah is the greatest, Jesus Christ, whatever faith, religion, he is the greatest. He makes dreams come true. In terms of the fight, well, we don't want to do too much talking. You know, we've always maintained that violence moves in silence. And we ain't going to change our energy for no one. We're not going to badmouth anybody. We're not going to talk bad about. We respect David, Jose Sr. You know, we've exchanged pleasantries, and we just know both boys have a job to do. All I can say is get your popcorn, get your tea, get your biscuits. This is going to be one hell of a fight. I'm predicting a blockbuster, a fight for the ages. Yes, no game plan, no giving out no strategies. Just tune into the DAZN pay-per-view and get ready for a great fight. And again, thank you, Bill Haney. Believed in me, gave me all the jewels that I need to be here sitting with him and Dev. And me and Anthony, we're going to turn up on Saturday night.
All right, Tundi, thank you. There are 3 father trainers here on the dais. We've heard from 2 of them. Now let's hear from Jose Benavidez Sr. I'm sure you're not as vocal as they are, but here's your chance to big up your son. What do you think of what he's been able to do so far in his career, and what do you expect to see from him Saturday?
Primeramente le quiero dar las gracias a toda esta gente bonita aquí de Saudi por recibirnos con los brazos abiertos y con mucho amor. Quiero agradecerle a Turki Al-Sheikh, a Al Heyman, Luis de Cubas, a David García por hacer todo esto posible. Y aquí nomás quiero darle un mensaje a toda la gente que David viene preparado, a toda mi gente mexicana. Entrenamos muy fuerte, venimos preparados para darles una guerra el 22, no se la pierdan este sábado. que van a tener una noche de boxeo muy bonita. Tenemos una cartelera espectacular. Yo creo que la cartelera mejor de todo este año. Y pues aquí estamos representando a México. Arriba la bandera. Gracias.
Anything you want to say in English?
Okay.
Go for
well,
it.
first of all, I want to thank everybody here from Saudi. Thank you so much for all the love and support. We're super happy, super excited to be here. I want to thank Turkey Al-Sheikh, Al Heyman, Luis de Cubas, David Garcia for making this happening. All I can say is that David prepared himself very well for this fight, mentally, physically. It's ready to go. You guys are here to see a fight this Saturday at War. It's going to be an action-packed. And I can say that this card, the whole card is stacked with great fighters. It's going to be a great night of boxing. And I just want to say we're here to represent Mexico. Arriba México, arriba la bandera. Un saludo para toda mi gente latina. Gracias.
All right, now let's hear from the WBC and WBA champion of the world, David Benavidez. David, in your opinion, from what you've seen from Anthony, where does he rank amongst your toughest opponents?
First of all, I want to thank God. I want to thank Turkey Al-Sheikh. I want to thank Al Heyman, Luis de Cubas Jr., for making this fight possible. I've had my eye on Anthony Yarde for a long, long time. I know he's a great fighter. He has a lot of heart. He has a lot of power. And the thing I like about Anthony Yarde, that no matter who he's up against, he's in there to make it a great fight. Me, I like to make every fight I'm in a war. I like to give the people the fights they want to see, and I want to give them the action-packed fights they want to see. So I've trained, I had a great training camp. I've trained extremely hard, and this fight is going to live up to the moment. Anthony Yarde, he's trying to capture a world title. I'm trying to capture all the titles and unify all the titles in the light heavyweight division. So there's a lot at stake here. I'm very excited for this fight. This has been the hardest I've trained out of any of my fights, so I'm very, very excited. I'm gonna go in there and I'm gonna give you guys a war, and you guys, the fans of boxing are really the ones who are gonna win on the night of Saturday, because from the top to the bottom, you have myself and Anthony Yarde, you got Brian Norman and Devin Haney, Bam Bam Rodriguez, and Abdullah Mason. This card is stacked. You know what I mean? So it's going to be a great night of boxing for everybody that's watching.
Well, you heard his trainer say it's going to be a blockbuster. It's going to be a war. Is that the kind of fight you're expecting, or do you think you're going to be able to dominate him?
I'm looking to dominate, but whatever happens, I'm ready for whatever. If it's going to turn into a war, then I'm gonna turn it into a war. But I'm definitely going to dominate.
All right. Well, you heard him, Anthony. You're the challenger, and you recently said that you're going to hit David harder than he's ever been hit before, and that you're going to put him to sleep. Why are you so confident you're going to do that on Saturday?
Did I say that?
You did say that. We've got it on tape somewhere.
No, first of all, I want to thank God. I want to thank everyone in attendance. Big man here, Frank Warren, been with him from the beginning. Trainer Tundi, the rest of my team, and His Excellency Turkey Al-Sheikh. He picked me personally for this fight. And of course, Benavidez team giving me this opportunity. We're here again. And I feel like this is the best version of me. I've always said I didn't want an easy route, because there's people that go and win vacant titles and nothing against them kind of people. But I've always said I want to beat someone like David Benavidez. That's why I went to Russia, challenge Kovalev. I know the risk. I know the can lose. The undefeated, 18-0. This is me before. I was 18-0, big prospect. Don't go to Russia. Everyone's telling me, do not go to Russia to fight Kovalev. I said, I'm going. And then you get better BF. Everyone's saying this guy's a monster, another monster. Don't fight this guy. He's got 18 fights, 18 wins, 18 knockouts. I said, give me him. I'll fight him. I don't care who it is, because the better the fight I'm fighting, for me, it's better the reward. It's legacy. I started boxing very late. As Frank said, I had 12 amateur fights. And we've made it to the stage 3 times. And you've seen me get better each time. But this occasion, it was right. So I want everyone to tune in. I want to thank everyone on the... I don't even like to call it an undercard, because I feel like every fight on this card is like a main event. I'm a fan of everybody on the show as well. So let's make it happen. Let's put on an excellent night of boxing and make this one for the history books.
Well, you're calling him a monster. He is the Mexican monster. You've seen all the monster movies. Every monster has a weakness. What would you say are his biggest vulnerabilities?
I'm not a person that goes out and just talks for the sake of it. I would only know once I'm in the ring with him. You know, everyone can watch TV and say, he does this wrong, he does this good, he does this bad. But you only know, me personally, I'm only going to know what he's about when I'm stood in front of him in the ring, the bell goes, and we start, you know, trading level.
Indeed. Well, David, you've been asked and you've spoken openly about who you might want to fight next. Benavidez, maybe Zurdo Ramirez. He finds that a little bit disrespectful. Any chance that you might be overlooking him on Saturday?
No, definitely not. I've never overlooked anybody. That's why I'm in the position where I'm at now. I've given Anthony all the respect he deserves. And, you know, I've studied him for a long, long time. And I'm trained. This has been the hardest I've trained at any fight, you know, so I'm extremely ready for this fight. I'm extremely ready for whatever he brings to the table. And, you know, there only will be one man that gets his hand raised, and that man will be David Benavidez.
Well, you're main eventing the biggest fight card of the year, the biggest stage of boxing here in Riyadh. You're making a ton of money. How much pressure are you feeling, not just to look good, but to knock him out?
There's no pressure. Honestly, I love what I do, and I'm extremely ready for this moment. I just want to get out there. I want it to be Saturday already so we can go out there and show out, but there's no pressure at all.
And Anthony, you mentioned your great fights against Beterbiev, against Kovalev. You came up just short in those fights. Why do you think the third time at a world title will be the charm?
I keep hearing this saying, you know, 3 times a charm or 3rd time lucky. I don't really believe in luck, but I feel like I'm a better fighter now, a bit more experience. And David believes he's going to have his hand raised, as he should. I believe the same. I feel like this is my time, my moment. I feel like how this all happened. As I said, Turkey called me himself because he wanted me for this fight. He wanted entertainment. There was other fighters' names in a hat, or other people that they were negotiating with. He called me personally and said he thinks this fight, the way we fight, the styles, it's inevitable it's going to be a clash of the titans. You know, both fighters like going forward, both fighters like looking for the knockout, whether it comes or not. And it's pure entertainment. So I'm excited for it. I hope everyone else is excited for it. And yeah, I'm ready.
All right, what's your official prediction? What will your fans, what can they expect to see Saturday night?
All I know is it's going to be very, very exciting. I'm not a person that goes out and just, you know, starts ringing off predictions or rounds or anything like that. But I do think, stylistically, I think this fight's going to end in a knockout. And I said I want my hand raised. So I respect him highly. I respect his resume. I respect what he's done in the ring. I respect his highlight reels. And all these things, they motivate me. Same thing with Beterbiev. The better the fighter in front of me, the better version of me you'll see. So I'm excited.
Well, David, you're not ever shy of making a prediction. He says someone's getting knocked out. What say you?
Well, I'm going in to win the fight, whether I get the knockout or I get the decision. But I'm definitely I'm looking to dominate in there. So I'm going to get the victory no matter what.
Ring 4, Night of Champions. The feature bout of the evening, 12 rounds of boxing for the light heavyweight championship of the world, the unified title for the WBC and WBA. The challenger, a big hitter, 27 victories, 24 by knockout. The champion, a big hitter, 30 victories, 24 wins by knockout. The beast from the East challenges again Anthony Yarde. And from Phoenix, Arizona, the Mexican monster, David Benavidez. It all goes down Saturday night live on DAZN. If you can't be here, go to DAZN.com and tune in on us. Once again, the challenger, the beast from the East, Anthony Yarde against the undefeated world champion. 30 victories, 24 wins by KO, the Mexican monster, David Benavidez.